Do any of you guys remember playing games in school? Like video games. You know what I'm talking about? I remember in high school I used to play Metal Slug on the school laptops. And the game was pretty hard. Half the challenge was the game itself, and the other challenge was minimizing the tab, closing the tab, and pausing the tab every time teachers came by so that I didn't get my ass cheeks academically clapped and I'd lose my PC privileges. See, I'm not a windowed gamer. I'm a full screen guy through and through. But have you ever tried Windows version? Welcome to Windowkill. If you're curious why an EA launcher and a Windows desktop is the background for this video game, it's because it's not. The entire video game consists of windows. Your character in a window. Bosses in a window. Your perks are other windows. This is a rammed nightmare. Well, if you have a potato. But you know what I mean. Keep watching the video because very soon you're going to see other windows pop up. And no, they're not for hot singles in your area. If you're into bullet hell action roguelites, this one's a banger. To give you kind of a hoedown for this game, your character navigates a singular window, kind of like a Google Chrome tab on 1/4 the size. You have to shoot your bullets on the sides of that window to increase it, and the window is increasingly shrinking as you play the game. It actually makes me feel pretty claustrophobic, and I'm pretty fine in tight spaces, including your mom. Enemies will appear on the screen as your screen gets bigger, but they exist even if they are off your screen. They spawn anywhere within the realm of your monitor, but are only visible whenever they get close enough to you. The hardest part about this game is making space and navigating the map. The game kind of has a steep learning curve in the beginning. You're gonna get your cheeks clapped ultra mega hard if you don't know what you're doing, because you can't just go anywhere you want. Other bullet hells will give you the luxury of a full screen. This one will just kind of tell you to suck it up. The biggest tip I could give you, other than my dick, is to go to the spaces that you've already created. This bullet hell is about working with what you got, and especially at the beginning, you don't have much. Another tip I can give you is that you can spam heal health packs in this game. If you feel like you're taking a lot of damage, it's because you're taking a lot of damage. You just suck. You're so bad at this game. I'm so much better than you in every way. I have a god complex, and you should subscribe to me because you want to join my god complex. Obviously. And obviously, it's totally unacceptable for you heathens to be taking damage. Unlike me, I've never taken a point of damage. Watch this video as proof. But hypothetically, if you do, it's pretty cheap to fill up the full. I wouldn't know this because I never took damage, but you get the point. Perks get more expensive in the shop, but I'd say they're pretty fair. The one complaint I have is that I have no idea what certain abilities do. They just have a name, like Big Boy Bussy Sussy Among Us Giat. All you can do is click it and hope that you find out what it does. Certain ones like Magnet or Obliteration seem pretty self-explanatory, but the perk Bellow, no idea. The perk Bubble, no idea. I have a general idea, a general clue, a general vibe, but a worded description would be kind of nice. One of my favorite parts about this game, though, is all the little bits of tech that you can use because the game format is a bunch of windows. In this gameplay, you're gonna watch me as I figure out how to use the drain ability. Now, the drain ability is pretty self-explanatory. It drains enemies, right? You put the enemies on there and it drains, but it's also a window, which means hypothetically, I can move this window. And the funny part about the windows in this game are that the ones you can move are just like any other internet tab you have on your screen, except for your search history, you dirty dog. So while you're in the game, you can actually move your drain ability. But wait, there's more. Because your perk screen is also a window. Your Zan screen, also a window. See what I did there is like two drugs, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, you can move your perk screen to look at your drain, and you can move your drain screen while you're paused in the perk screen, because they're both windows. Which means that at any point in the game, you can pause the game and move your OP ability anywhere else on the screen. It's actually a ton of fun. It kind of makes me feel like I'm abusing the game, while also taking advantage of its unique game format at the same time. Because you have such cool and creative game dynamics, it makes the boss fights feel a lot more interactive. There are 3 bosses where you can use the drain ability on, so being able to kind of spec into where you want your damage to go, it makes you feel like you have a lot of control in the game, while still giving you that challenge and that high skill ceiling. One of my favorite bosses, Smiley, you can't even damage. While you're in game, you have to click on his X tab to force him out of the game. It's hilarious. He's got hands that shove the borders of your screen in so you feel more claustrophobic, And really the purpose of him is to make his presence feel known. He's kind of like that only child that wants all the attention, or your grandma's dog that you want to kick out a window. Despite all the chaos going around you, you have to pay attention to this one thing. And at first it really screws you over, but once you kind of learn how to counter it, it feels much more manageable. Overall, I really enjoy this game. It's a fun take on the roguelike genre with some really out-of-the-box game mechanics. Boxes, if you're gonna be specific. My only big complaint about this game is that if you happen to click outside of the boxes and the windows in the game, you end up clicking on anything in your desktop or your browser. The reason why my EA launcher is in the middle of my screen is because I accidentally opened Titanfall 2. It was pretty hilarious. I'll probably put the clip in at the end. I ended up clicking on Steam games, on my OBS launcher, on Titanfall 2. I clicked on a couple folders. I'm surprised I didn't open up more games. Well, anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you want to check out Windowkill, the Steam link is in the description below. Let me know of what y'all think of the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Toodles!